All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone, time of this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom, and Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. Now, this lesson, is basically going into, all right, the golden city will cease, all right? And the golden city is speaking of America, man, Babylon the Great. All right? Because today we live in this revived Roman Empire, which is America, NATO, and the EU. America being Mystery Babylon, the great city, the great whore. All right? Which will be destroyed in these last days by the way of fire, man. Now, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 4. It says that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon. And who's the king of Babylon? Esau, Edom, which is the so-called white man, which ruled as the ancient Romans, which ruled as the ancient Greeks, and today rule over this revived Roman Empire. The wicked, all right, as the scriptures call them. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Malachi 1:4, Edom shall be called the border of wickedness, man. Okay, all right, they're known as the wicked, all right, in the scriptures. It says that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how had the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. The Lord Yahweh by Shema Shai had broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers, man. You see? And we understand that America is going to be destroyed in these last days. But see, America is this golden city. The golden city ceased. All right? And America, let's go to, because when you think of gold, you think of something shiny. All right. And we understand that at one point in time, all the nations, all the people of the earth wanted to come to America, man. All right. For the opportunities, the first world living. All right. America was the place to be. All right. Now, when you read Revelation 17, when it goes into the great whore, all right, Revelation chapter 17, verse 1, it says, and there came one of the seven angels, which had the seven veils, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. All right, the great whore is America, Mystery Babylon the Great. And the waters, when you drop down, the waters represent verse 15. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the whore sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues, man. All right, because America is what? A melting pot, man. All these people from all over the world, different, all right, come here to America, and they're all under the name of what? Americans, man. All right, Chinese American, Indian, whatever American, man. All right, America is Mystery Babylon the Great, the city of confusion, the golden city, man. All right, which the Lord will destroy in these last days by the way of fire. Matter of fact, when you keep on reading verse 16, it says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, which that's going into the, America's allies. We understand that the Lord is going to have these nations, all right, destroy America, man. All right, these nations of the earth are going to have a hand in the destruction of Babylon the Great in this third world war. It says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, America, and shall eat her. It says, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. And this ultimately how America is going to go out in these last days, man. One thing that come to mind is America being called what? The spiritual Sodom and the spiritual Egypt. All right. That's why you have the man with man, the woman with woman. They got the rainbow as a symbol for their abominations and their pride. But guess what? America is going to be destroyed in like fashion as Sodom and Gomorrah by the way of fire, man, in these last days. All right. But man, America is the all right, is the golden city. America was, I'm going to say was, because let's go to the book of Jeremiah 51. All right. Because America was the place to be. All right. As we are, today, in the last of these last days, we see this devil, all right, basically getting ready to bring forward what? The thick of Jacob's trouble. The digital cashless surveillance monetary system. You know, this devil is going for more control, and this digital totalitarian slave world that this devil is trying to bring forward, man. All right, the AI, all right, the robotics, the micro C-hip, which is the MARK of the beast. All right, the micro C-hip is the mark of the beast. All right, this is where this devil is heading. You know, so basically America is no longer, basically America is circling the drain, man. All right, before the Lord completely destroys it. Now, when you go to the book of Jeremiah 51, let's drop down to verse 12. It says, set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon. Make the watch strong. Set up the watchmen. Prepare the ambushes. For the Lord had both devised and done that which he spake against the inhabitants of Babylon. O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thine end is come, and the measure of thy covetousness, man. And thinking about golden city, when you think of gold, you're thinking of something shiny, treasures, and but the point is, America been the golden city, man. And the golden city is finna cease. All the people want to come here, the American dream. America was the place to be, but the Lord is finna destroy this place. All right. Now let's jump up. Let's jump up to verse 8. Verse 8. It says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies, man. And one thing we see in these last days are these people in the spirit of healing America, but America not finna be healed, man. All right, this place is circling the drain, and eventually the Lord is finna destroy it by what? By the way of fire. All right, let's go to the book of Isaiah 47. All right, the book of Isaiah 47, verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. All right, and who's linked to the daughter of Babylon? Psalms 137, verse 7 through 8. The children of Edom, the wicked, the so-called white men. All right, sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. And you got to understand, the whore, when you read Revelation 17, it was a beautiful woman, man. All right, it was a harlot, a very what's the word, seductive, it was a beautiful woman, basically, man. You see, America was the golden city. You think of something shiny, treasures, all right, America was once the place to be, man. The American dream. Everybody want to come to America, the first world country. America has been the pride of Esau, man. America has been the spearhead of this beast, But see, now America is circling the drain, and eventually the Lord is going to destroy it by what? By the way of fire. Now, let's drop down to the book to verse 8, Salakia. I want to get this verse right here. It says, therefore, hear now this, thou art given to pleasures, man. You see, America, man, Babylon the Great. All right, hear now this, thou art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly. All right. Okay, and it's really, when you go into these Americans, these people dwell in pleasures, and they dwell carelessly compared to the rest of the world, especially these third world countries, man. All right, these Americans don't have to worry about, a foreign nation jet flying over their skies, airstrikes, and these Americans don't have to worry about that, man. The golden city. All right, thou daughter given the pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, man. All right. The waters where peoples, multitudes, nations, and tongues, man. America, man. It says, therefore hear now this, that are given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that saith in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. It says, I shall not sit. Let me read that again. That saith in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. And I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. All right. And see, we understand the pride. All right. That's why when you read in Jeremiah 50. Let's get Jeremiah 50, because how is America's going to be destroyed? By these missiles. All right, let's get the book of Jeremiah chapter 50. Let's drop down to verse 29. Verse 29, it says what? Call together the archers against Babylon, man. Okay, and what are the archers? The archers represent these other nations, because archers handle the bow and arrow. These nations are likened unto archers, and their arrows are what? They're missiles, man. All right. It says, all ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she had done, do unto her, for she had been proud against the Lord Yahweh Shai, against the Holy One of Israel, man. You see? And the Lord, the Lord is going to judge this place, man. All right? This place is going to be destroyed by the way of fire. All right? Now, actually, when you read, let me see. But let's keep on reading. Verse 30. Therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord Yahweh by Shemaiah of hosts. For that day is come, the time that I will visit thee, and the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up, going into Esau. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him, man. This what's going to happen to America. America is going to be destroyed by fire, man. This golden city, you know? All right. All right. Come on, man. Okay. Come on. Now let's go to the book of Joel chapter 2. This is the book of Joel chapter 2, verse 1. It says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. And who's doing that? The prophets, man. Okay. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord Yahweh Shai cometh, for it is nigh at hand, and the day of the Lord is truly nigh at hand. All right. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, and the morning spread upon the mountains, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and a strong. There had not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. And this strong people is speaking of the missiles. All right, because the missiles are part of basically the Lord's armory, man. All right, the scriptures say, I have opened my armory and have brought forth the weapons of mine indignation. Roughly paraphrasing, man. That's what the scripture is going into. This great people. All right, that there had not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations, man. All right, that's why this devil, they call it what? The war to end all wars, or World War III. And you got some things going into World War III, how they say how, if World War III was to happen, it'll take us back to the Stone Age, man, because that's how destructive it's going to be. All right. So the scriptures is speaking on these weapons. It says, there had not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The missiles, man. Okay. The land, what land? America. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them. You see, this is Esau's paradise, man. You see, the trees, the houses, all right, the hills, and this is Esau's paradise. This is the golden city. All right. Thou art given the pleasures that dwellest carelessly, man. America, man. All right. And before these missiles, America is what? The Garden of Eden. It says the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yeah. And nothing shall escape them, man. When these missiles touch ground zero, America is going to become a desolate wilderness. America going to be destroyed, man, by fire, man. All right. This was going to happen in these last days to the golden city. All right. America, man. Babylon the Great, man. The missiles, man, are going to do this. Let's go back to the book of Jeremiah 51. And now let's go to verse 11. Come on. Verse 11, it says, make bright the arrows. Once again, the arrows represents the missiles. Gather the shields. The Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Shai, had raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, which the Medes are going into Russia. All right, Gog and Magog, the Medes, Russia, man. Russia is in biblical prophecy. For his devices against Babylon, America, to destroy it. Because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of the temple. Now let's go to the book of Isaiah 13 and we're going to close it out here. Isaiah 13. All right. Come, verse 6. How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. Just like we was reading in Joel, man, the day of the Lord. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Right? And this chapter is going into what? America, man. Babylon the Great. Let's drop down to verse 17 and get to the point. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. Just like we read in Jeremiah 51. All right? Which shall not regard silver. And as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows, because remember the archers handle the bow and arrow. These nations are likened unto archers. And their missiles are their arrows, man. All right. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces. And they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. And Babylon, America, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency, man, the golden city. All right. Shall be as when the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashim Shai, overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, man. And how did the Lord overthrow Sodom and Gomorrah? By the way of fire and brimstone, man. And America is going to be destroyed in like fashion by the way of these missiles, man. All right. This is what's going to happen in these last days, man. All right. But that's really the point. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I'm going to close it out. Again, infinite praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone taught me this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect.